Hello, hello, hello. How are you doing on this beautiful day? Welcome to the So You're a Stay at Home podcast. My name is Kayla, and I am a mama to an amazing 5-year-old boy who takes up the majority of my time. I never thought this would be my life, so let's get into it. Hello, I know it's been so long, but I'm back. Happy 2020. I hope your year so far has been going amazing. If not, it can or it will at some point. It can't all be bleh. Trust me, I've had a poopy start, but I'm not letting that hold me back or holding me down or any of that stuff, right? So I'm freezing though. It's cold. So I might get a little scatterbrained because it's hard for me to focus when I'm cold because like my energy is going towards keeping my body warm. But it's not cold outside. It's like 75, right? That's crazy. I'm recording this podcast in the middle of the day as opposed to nighttime because my son has gotten a little bit more mature. Not that much more mature, but a little bit more mature since I recorded my last podcast. The last podcast I actually recorded was at nighttime, and it was horrible. I have it. I didn't put it out there because I was like half sick because we had this freak windstorm come through, and it just messed up with my allergies. But yeah. Back like 95% back at it, and I just wanted to come on here. The world is changing faster and faster, I feel like. Not really, is it? I don't know. I try not to even be in tune with what anything is going on, because it's very overwhelming, and there's not much that I as an individual can do. There's a lot that we can do as collectives. But again, that's it. You have to be in a collective. But yeah, with all that said, I went and saw the Sonic movie yesterday with my son, and he is a huge Sonic fan. He's had this Sonic stuffed animal since he was probably like 2, if not 1. And so 3 or 4 or 5 years, 4, I don't know how old he is. I keep saying he's a 4-year-old, and he's definitely not 4. And I say, "You're 4," and he goes, "I'm not 4, I'm 5." And I'm like, "I'm sorry," but he knows how old I am. He tells me. I've had a birthday since the last time we talked, so now I am 33 and loving it. I'm not I'm over the body changes and just the changes in general. That I guess you're just forever changing, but I guess I didn't change that much from in my 20s, you know? Not at all. I don't feel like my body went through a bunch of, maybe it did. I don't know. Anyway, so, but yeah, we went to see Sonic, and I loved Sonic as a kid, playing Sonic. That was one of my favorite video games. And I played, but those were the only games that I played with Sonic. Oh, and then I got a Sonic video game when I was a little bit older, but I didn't like it. So, but yeah, but I loved it. I didn't like Jim Carrey so much. I thought that I think he'll be an amazing Dr. Eggman or Mr. Eggman, whatever his name is. But it was just I don't know. I don't know how to articulate it. It was just that it was a little too, but it wasn't overacted. But then it was under. I felt like he underacted the part. There was so much more that he could have done with Mr. Robotic than I feel like that he did. And I'm not asking much more from him. He gave, I guess, as much as he could give. I don't know how movies work. But yeah. So that was the only, and it was kind of slow in the beginning. It was kind of slow for me to start out with. There was a lot going on. Did I care whether or not that they redrew the Sonic? I can't imagine seeing like a skinnier Sonic. He was an adorable Sonic. He was a good Sonic. I love the shoes. I think that like you got to put those shoes out in real life. And yeah, but there was like there was so much advertisement in the movie. And I remember reading an article online somewhere a month ago or whatever. I'm like dragging behind. Sorry. I know I don't know if I'm usually energized on these podcasts, but I feel like I did just finish school. My kid's still awake, so there's always that like hesitation of him walking in or something, and interrupting, and then me having to start this all over again. So there's all those things, and I guess that's just making me like anxious and not into it. Anyway, so I loved Sonic. It was an awesome movie. I thought it was great. It was so good. It was so good for a video game movie. It was so good to like it's what it is. I think they did a great job. It was funny. It was Donut Lord. I love Donut Lord. I love the humor. I like the actor who plays the voice. He was in, what show was that? Oh my gosh. I'm not going to remember the show, but it was some show on Showtime with Kristen Bell a few years back. Yeah, I'm not going to remember it. And Don Cheadle. I think that's how you say his name. But yeah. So, and he was great in that show. I thought he was funny and witty. So, like, I liked his adaptation of Sonic and like a voice character. I thought he did a good job. Yeah, I thought it was really, really good. I really, really enjoyed it. It was funny. I laughed. I got like, not like the little minute Easter eggs, but I got some of the big Easter eggs. It was fun. Like again, it was really tuned in to the original game, but it also like pulled little parts from Sonic. Every adaptation of Sonic. I think it was a great Origins movie. I think it'll be if they have a sequel, I think it'll do very well. They have to have a sequel. I can't imagine them not having a sequel. And I don't want to see a sequel in like 15 years. I would like to see a sequel in like a year. I know, again, I said I think that the production company the animation company who did the original Sonic went bankrupt because they had to do it all over again. But they didn't have to do the movie over again. They just had to draw the guy again, I guess. I don't know. Again. Like I said, I don't know how Hollywood works. But yeah, it was great. I loved it. So if you have a little kid, or if you like Sonic, the people in front of us were way older than we were. And then the people behind us, and then most of the people in there had little toddlers, little boys. There were a couple little girls in there. It was just a great movie. It was like, there's gonna be a wide ranging, but be prepared for like a lot of toddlers, not toddlers, but like 5-year-olds and 6-year-olds and 7-year-olds who have this new adaptation of Sonic because there's been Sonic on Cartoon Network and Netflix has a Sonic on it, Hulu has a Sonic on it. And I love Sonic. My son has a huge fat head of Sonic on his wall. And I told him years ago, I was like, you are single-handedly bringing back the Sonic franchise. Because there's always been like everything this year was Sonic. You got Sonic Monopoly, which is really great. I love that Monopoly. It's different than like all the other Monopolies. It's a game necessarily than like a strategic game that you have to play for hours and hours. You can play Sonic Monopoly in like a minute. I'm like just promoting Sonic here. No, but my son loves it, and I think it was a great movie. The actors were great in it. I love that like there's the couple is an interracial. You know what I'm trying to say? An interracial couple. And it's like my son gets to see his parents in a Sonic adaptation on screen. And I don't know, because it's just like I didn't get to see my parents. Maybe I did. I don't remember. growing up. Doubt that I did though. Saw my parents on the screen. So yeah, it was a great movie. I liked it. Again, Jim Carrey. I think Jim Carrey will be amazing in the second one because it's more tuned to like him. But as far as but then again, I couldn't imagine anyone else playing Doctor. When I saw the Who They Paired, it's like, oh, that's great casting, right? It's great. But then it was just like, like some of the parts without Sonic just weren't very good at like pulling the storyline together. You know what I mean? Like they just weren't really good at. There's so much more that could have been done. But again, they did great. They did great for what is put out nowadays as far as like animation and originality and all that stuff. You can't beat it with that. I think it was a great story. Great story, great way to like great ability to like move forward and all of it. It was good. They did a good job. So to listen to the remainder of this podcast, go to Spotify, Google Podcasts, Anchor.fm, or any of your other favorite podcast platforms. And I'm still working on Apple, but I will not quit. I will see you there.